everyone, and welcome back to PCF4. Today you're joined by me, Nathan, and shortly you'll be joined by Josh, but he's having some issues with the internet at the moment, so you'll just be with me for now. But yeah, we're back for F4. I can't wait. It's been such a long wait. We only commentated three races last season because there's a bit of a desync issue, which meant a couple of weeks we wasn't racing, and then we had some attendance issues. So we only did around 3 races last season. So it's going to be exciting to be back with Josh, and I think Josh is back with us now. Josh, are you here?
I am here in audio. I would love to be here in video. It seems to be a bit of a power failure up here. When as we went live, everything went off. But nice to be with you. Nice to be with you, everybody. Looking forward to another season, and not the best start we wanted, but we're going well here.
Well, while we wait for your cameras to get sorted out, I'm going to look through through the track lineup. So we got in the Mercedes, we got Menno and Arda Gunay. In the Red Bull, we have Harvey Cohen and Henry Moore, two very quick drivers. And then in the Ferrari, we've got Matthew Roberts and Oscar Drain. Then McLaren, we have Julian Norman and Leroy Brown. In the Alpine, my favourite team of this season, Harlan Marquis and Jay Verhage. In the Aston Martin, we have Netsky and Zelenkevich, two very quick drivers as well. And then Alpha Tauri, we have Christmas and Damien. Alfa Romeo, we have the returning Bogdan Moldovan, champion of the last season's F4. And we also have Ravon, who was also in F4 last season, who's joining me alongside in the Alfa Romeo yet again. We have Kaldorn Ingolo and Cameron Dowds in the Williams. And finally, the last team of them all, the Haas. We have Fabio and Istvan Nagy. I'm sorry to anyone if I pronounce any names incorrectly, because some of them are pretty hard for me to pronounce. But yeah, it seems like a pretty good lineup this season. There's some drivers that were in lower tiers last season. There's some that were in higher tiers last season. There's some that were in the same tier. So it's pretty interesting to have such a close grid, isn't it, Josh?
Absolutely, and back now with you all, so apologies for that. And I think it's just power having a bit of a problem as soon as we start. But what a great grid and a great lineup we've got. I'm really looking forward to this year as well. And I'm really looking forward to it. PSGL was excellent in season 30, and now season 31 is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And, got a brand new title sponsor with GT Omega as well, as we saw when we came on, and fantastic, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm very much looking forward to leaning back and watching qualifying turn up in a few moments' time. It's going to be brilliant.
Well, we was going to look at the calendar, but due to one of the technical issues, we're going to strip straight to the track videos. If you'd like to talk through the track, Josh.
Absolutely. Well, it was built back in the early 60s, of course. First Grand Prix around here was back in 1970. It's a 4.318 kilometre circuit. We've got 36 laps ahead of us here today, 153.226 kilometres in total. That record was set back in 2020. That's a 105.619. It's been known as the Oostenrijk Ring, the A1 Ring, and now the Red Bull Ring. And we're going to be in for a very entertaining session as well. Qualifying is up first, and apparently my mics are being heard as well, so I'll fix that and some other points. But we're going to have a fun evening here, Nathan, as well. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, we're into the game now, and it's wet qualifying.
Very it's just interesting. The best thing.
It is. But we're going to watch, as we're a bit late, we're going to watch Bogdan now on a lap, just about to start his lap in the Alfa Romeo. I'm just going to turn the game up a little bit. It's a bit quiet.
No worries, and of course Christmas was the first time on the board as well in the Alpha Tauri, a 114.979. Moldovan's in a 116.749, but as you said, Nathan, as well, that is the benchmarker time, and he's still in the pits actually. Full wet tyres looks to be the call for everybody today, but Matthew Roberts on an out lap, and I think we're going to see a couple of them now go on the full wet tyres and do the basic laps now to get a time on the board. Then we're going to see some people risking it for intermediates.
Yeah, definitely. Just a quick thing as well into the chat, everyone. Let us know if there's any issues with the sound, just so I can fix it on my end. It's pretty hard to work out if it's working or not. But, yep, we're on board with Matthew Roberts now, who's in the Ferrari, and he set a purple set to 1. And I believe now he's just come to the end of sector 2, and we'll see if he can set purple there. A bit of a slide there on the exit turn 7, and he does set purple sector 2. Leroy Brown currently fastest lap with a 114.3. Let's see what Matthew Roberts can do now. Coming up towards turn 9 and 10. Very difficult corners on this track. And he nails it pretty good. Taking the apex into the last corner. What time can he set now? Coming up to the line. Will he take pole? Well, provisional pole. Yes, no, he doesn't. 3/10 off the pole. Leroy Brown still 2/10 ahead. Very good time.
No game sound coming through, so I'm sure Rich is going to deal with that, but still got a load of good things coming through already. Everyone taking it straight out there, not wanting to take a moment to go, well, hang on a minute, we could have some problems here. Everyone's going straight out there, not wanting to miss an opportunity, because if the rain comes in the race as well, that's also going to be a factor. Brown's done a 1:14.399, as you said. Matthew Roberts is up there as well. Let's have a look at Netsky as well in his time, 1:15.064, as you can see on the board, coming up. And, well, it's McLaren who seemed to have the early domination so far here today. Looking good.
Yeah, I've tried to fix the issues with the sound, and I hope they're fixed. I'm just going to ask Jess quickly, but we're looking at Jay Verhage now. Verhage coming around the last corner. What time can he set in the Alpine? One of my favourite teams this season, and he goes third.
One of the Hasses was spinning in the background there as well.
That's Fabio Mahova.
Oh, and that's not good for Mahova as well. Right at the back, 20th overall in the running order. Has he got going again, actually? He's just returned now. And that last lap time for him was cancelled, but the computer's saying that it's over 2-minute lap. So that spin really has put him on problems there as well as they come through. As they return back. So 1:15s seem to be the benchmarkers. 1:14s is what the really quick drivers are doing on the wet tyres.
Yeah. As Leroy Brown goes quickest again. This time, 2 did it quickly as previous lap, a 1:14.1. As Fabio has left off his lap, let's see Andrei Molnar now, as he's just coming out of turn 3 and on the wet tyres. I believe he's on a lap.
Looks like
no, he's not. He wasn't on a lap.
Out lap.
Gunay.
Yeah.
Gunay's on a lap now.
I don't know about you if you're singing, but according to me, Moldovan's in the pit lane, but the computer's saying he's on an out lap, but he's just standing in the pit lane. Looks like he's got a glitch because he's just staying in the pit lane, moving his steering wheel.
For me, he's currently driving on track.
So I haven't got the correct angle there.
Gunay has set the fastest set to 1 in the Mercedes now, as he's trundling now down towards turn 4. A heartbreaking part of the track for Carlos Sainz, as he discovered 2 weekends ago. But
sorry to cut across you. Damien spun it another part of the track as well. We're being told over my ears as well. So this is getting very treacherous out here now. The rain seems to be increasing, not decreasing.
Indeed, the rain does seem to be getting worse. I've seen times a bit slower. Oh, and Gunnar goes very wide there. It's a bit of loses the rear end, but luckily manages to catch it. And you can see the rain is horrible for some of these drivers, especially in set to 2 for Gunay. And he's let off. Look at Cameron Dowds now, who's just coming through set to 2, and you can see the rain's getting a lot worse. The drivers are really struggling out here in these conditions. And Cameron Dowds, I would say Cameron Dowds goes fastest in set to 2. Purple, so we'll see what he can do now as he comes around turns 9 and 10. Doesn't take any apex there, but does into the final corner very nicely. Tries to get early in the power in gear 6. It's very hard for drivers to get on the power here. And Dowds puts on a 14.4, which puts him P3.
Yeah, I'm going to need your screen at some point, so because mine's lagging like an awful lot. But yeah, Downs goes to P3, 1:14.477 then. So 19 of the 20 cars so far have set lap times in this qualifying session. We've got around about 9 minutes to go of this one. And it's only Ganal who has not set lap times in the second Mercedes, but it's Leroy Brown at the moment who is top, 1:14.163. Rain's getting heavier, and I would say if anyone was really risking it, we could see lap time starting to come down as Harvey Cohen goes up to P2, 1:14.354 as well, so moves within 0.2 of a second as well. Esteban Nagy as well, P5 on a 1:14.522. TTG Christmas, we'll refer to him as Christmas, it's easier, is in P6 as well, 1:14.537. Matthew Roberts returns to P7 on his outlap as well, but Verheij is moved up into 8th on a 1:14.677. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I didn't notice Netsky, who moved up to P3 with the 1:14.4, which I think was a very good lap. And Harvey Cohen was up on his time by around a tenth in sector 1, but unfortunately he lost it in sector 2, which is very unfortunate for him. That would have put him to P1. And now Cameron Dowds puts it P2 with a 1:14.167, which is around 4 thousandths off the time of the
Yeah.
McLaren. And Julian Norman puts it third, overtaking Harvey Cohen, putting it to a 14.2, about a tenth off Cameron Dowds. So at the moment, looking for a McLaren 1.3 for qualifying, which is definitely not too bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all. Great opening gambit as well. And I was watching Cameron's lap time on my end of the computer monitor, and it was really good. Solid through 7 parts of the corners. Now, should just inform you as well about track limits here that we've got to keep an eye on. Turn 1 at the top of the Niki Lauda curve. Turn 6 as well, downhill. That's through the Vudge curve. As well, and Ranch. Then turn 9 at Rint and turn 10 at the Red Bull Mobile corner as well. That's the parts. 3 DRS zones to keep an eye on as Leroy Brand does a 1:13.903 to go top of the board as well. And he's on the wet tyres. And Harvey Cohen goes to top now. 1:13.641. So he's just taken another 3 tenths out of Leroy's time. That Red Bull looking incredibly strong so far and right on the money. Brilliant stuff to open up this opening qualifying of the season for PCF4. Now into the braking zone, flick it in at the top of the hill. That's looking okay to me as I looked at Harvey's time. I think it's backed off at the second sector.
Yeah, Henry Moore there goes third with a 1:14.1. The game stays really quiet. Hang on, I'll turn it up.
So we still see Arda Gunay has not set any lap time in this session. I can tell you that the Mercedes is coming round turn 9-10, but goes a bit wide as well, having Telber put on some understeer by the look of it as well, and going very wide at the exit last corner. But Arda's time goes to 19th, 1:15.817, as you can see on your timing screens have just flicked up down there at the bottom. So all 20 cars have now set lap times in this session. There's a yellow out down the Vudge curve. It's one of the Red Bulls. I don't think it's... Oh, it is Harvey Cohen. Harvey Cohen did spin it. Coming round, Leroy Brand goes to second, but look at that, David Sedunjai has gone up into third position at 1:14.077 as well, as I said earlier, and I know Rich did when I returned to the stream after the power failure. If we do pronounce names wrong, we do apologise, and we urge anyone to get in touch with us who can correct us throughout the broadcast. It is race 1 of the season as well, and some of them are going through a bit worse, but it's an audio glitch, we're being told. That's the reason we could be having some audio problems out there.
Yeah, it's a no glitch.
I can't see your screen yet, Richie, either. That's just,
I'll put it on in a second.
Yeah, no worries. So it's always Q1 of the session. I always say Sky never get it first right out of the board. So race one's always just race one's the experiment, isn't it? And
it is.
I love how the social races. You were covering some of the social races, as well.
2 of them.
Yeah, I did one with Jess, and I thought that was a fantastic race that we had in there. Was yours good, by the way?
Yes, it was. The racing was amazing. There was a few issues with the game, causing lots of desync, but apart from that, the racing was top notch. But someone just improved their time, and I can't see who that is, but I believe it might have been Damien. But I'm surprised.
Damien has 10th,
yeah, I'm surprised Moldovan's there in 15th. Very surprised.
Stayed in the pits for so long, and Moldovan's actually dropped down the order to 19th now, according to my screen. So, wow.
He's on a lap now for me, just starting his lap, coming up towards turn 3.
Uphill then, this is the Kinkard turn 2, which used to be for motorcycles, but now that's been removed with the new chicane. So it's turn 3 for cars at Remus. Well, he just about hit the apex, but his inside braking was a bit long. Down the hill, open up the DRS. Sochless Gold is turn 4. Used to be the old Bosch curve. See the top of the hill where that house is? Used to swing up from there. Then it came downhill dramatically in elevation change, swooped round the outside line and rejoined this part of the track here. But Sochless Gold developed back in 1997 when Formula 1 returned here, the A1 ring at that time. still have such a great corner. And as remember, this year, Russell and Perez making contact there on the opening lap of the Sunday race. Don't think it was the sprint, was it? It definitely was the
No, it
Sunday
was
race.
the real. Yep, it's a real
Yeah.
race. I like to call it the real race because sprint
Yeah.
race are just not. They need to be longer. But Moldovan was 3/10 down in sector 2. I noticed, so he seems not to be too good with this track. But
I was trying to convince Jess and Connor to do a sprint race format just once. I thought that would be fantastic because that's double the racing, isn't it? Because we do, what is it? We do 50% race distance, so 36 laps ahead of us here today. So doing 15 laps, then going into the race, I thought that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But watching Jay now. Coming around turn 9 and turn 10 in the Alpine, looking to improve his time. Only 17th at the moment, so definitely will be looking to improve. Let's see where he can put it on the board now as he comes up towards the line, and he goes 16th, only 16th. Yeah, it's a shame there for him, but he's got past Moldovan, and so was someone else in the grid. I think that was Harlem also got past Moldovan, putting Moldovan now down to 17th, and he's a bit slidey, but he's 700ths up on his time in sector 1, so we can see him now coming to sector 2. Is he able to improve, or is he still going to be down? Let's see. As he comes into the end of sector 2 now, he is 400ths up only.
Yeah.
This will be enough to get past Jay, though. Possibly enough to get past Arda Gunay as well in the Mercedes, putting up to 15th. But let's see now as he comes round towards turn 9 and 10. Yet again in the Alfa Romeo. What can he do? Coming up towards the final corner. Very nice. Taking lots of speed throughout the final corner. Now he's on the power nice early. Where does he put it? Let's see. He puts on a 14.3, 2/10 up. Respectable time.
13th. Yeah, only goes 13th fastest then. That is not good. Start of the 7th row. 1:14.319, as you said. This is just getting a bit normality for him, isn't it? It's a new game and new cars. They've got to really start pushing. But do not count out Bogdan Moldovan here at all. This is going to be great racing.
I'd just like to comment, Oscar Drain, 1.5 tenths up in sector 1 alone. So, could be looking to go up to around P7, P8 already. Let's see what he can do now coming into turn 4. In the Ferrari, luckily this time he does make it into turn 4 and doesn't have to go to the runoff. But now coming up towards turn 5 and turn 6, and let's see what he can do. Very nice, taking a very wide line, good into the corner. Let's see. Taking the apex very nicely. Early on the power, up in towards turn 7 and 8 now. 2 tenths down though, he's lost time in that section of the track. So we'll swap over now to see Java H, who went 10th. I didn't see that there. Put it into the top 10 with a 1:14.171. The grid very close between between P4 and P14. It's 2 tenths of a second, roughly.
And
which is very good.
With less than a minute left, this is going to be absolutely fantastic stuff. Right. What can we do? What can we see? It's time for the golden lap times now. The glory runs in the end of qualifying. Not seeing anything change so far. Harvey Cohen's out the last corner, by the way, but he's on a 1:10, 1:11, 1:12, 1:13 as he crosses the line as well. Goes top again. 1:13.4-7.5 as well. So moves more ahead of time to Leroy Brown as well as in P2. Matthew Roberts still in P3. So it's Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari. Are we racing F1 22 or are we racing F1 2012 with this type of order on the field? This is great stuff with 19 seconds left.
Cameron Dez goes third with a 1:13.9. The fourth driver put it in the 13s, and Matthew Roberts hit the session. I think he's retired, maybe on track. I'm not too sure. Christmas now, who's currently in the top 5. He's looking to improve his lap now, coming down towards turn 4. He's now very nice, and let's see, very close to Vaza in there, taking as much as he can.
Yeah, not too much oversteer as it comes round. Checkered flag is out. The session is over. Through the ranch curve, looking okay to me for Leroy. Down now into the Vutch curve as well. Looking okay. A little bit feathering on the throttle there, though, in my opinion, as they come back up into the last couple of corners then. I think he's boxing, and he is. He can't do enough. So it looks like Harvey Cohen might have pole position in race 1 of the season here, unless Cameron could do anything about it, because Leroy's into the pits. Cameron's actually looking quite quick there.
But lots of comments on Jay now, who's currently looking to be put himself top 5. Christmas goes third with a 1:13.8, but Jay is on a banger of a lap now. He's coming up towards the final 2 corners now. He is mega quick. He was 1.5 tenths up in sector 2. Could be looking to put himself around that 5th to 6th mark. That's what he does now. He's on the power nice early. Where will Jay put it? And he goes third with a 1:13.7.
Second row off the grid, that Alpine mega quick in the late stages of qualifying as well. Cornigo has gone up into 5th position, displaces Christmas down the order as well. There's been an actual accident on the circuit as well, which has brought out the yellows in the last corner. Someone's lost it coming into the pit wall, we believe. But still, it's Harvey Cohen who has taken pole position for race 1 of season 31 of the GT Omega PSGL series, and I cannot wait for this. Let's get going.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's time for the race. This is going to be absolutely cracking.
But I didn't expect Joe to get up to 3rd. You know, he seemed to have a bit of a struggle the first few laps, so it's good to see him get up 3rd, 2.5 tenths off. But the grid is very close, literally. Let's have a quick look at our cameras right now. Hang on, and we are back.
I'm looking forward to this grid.
And me, this was one of the best qualifyings I've watched in a while, especially considering it's on the wet tyres. To see the drivers pulling out these much times, and some of the drivers are just not holding back, like Harvey Cohen on his lap. You could see he was really pushing that car beyond its limits, you know, so it's exciting to see what some of these drivers can do. I don't know if the race is wet or if it's dry, but we'll find out soon. But yeah, I did expect to see more from Moldovan. Only 17th for him, 8 tenths off the lead, which I suppose isn't too bad. But before we start the race, we're going to have a little look at the video from our sponsor, GT Omega. And we are back, and we're now going to head into the lobby as we are just about to start. My game should be shared to Josh now, so we can see a lot better. And it's a very sunny afternoon here in Austria. I don't know what city we're in. Is it Melbourne?
Red Bull Ring.
No.
Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, as well. Do you know the temptation, by the way? You're right there as well to say Australia when it's Austria. I did that an awful lot when the season started here back in 2020 after the COVID pandemic as well. It was absolutely chaotic stuff, but we're getting ready. 20 seconds to go now as well. The tensions are going to rise as well. The first race of the season. You've gone through around about a whole month of preparing for this one and only shot. Are you quick enough to compete around in the PSGL series? We're about to find out. 2 seconds. We'll have the parade lap as well, and we'll go through the starting order as well. New procedure as well. You actually hear the start light beeps as well as we get the green lights as well as they come back on.
But Harvey Cohen, you know, perfect qualifying session, puts it P1 by, was it 2 tenths of a second, I think?
Yeah.
So
192.
Yeah, very, very good. I need to turn Josh down because apparently he's loud.
Am I? Hey, that's the first time for everything.
But we're now going to watch Istvan Nagy is also second. I mean, I've seen him racing a couple of leagues at the start of the game, and he seemed to perform pretty well. So I'm excited to see where he can finish today. Jay Verhage into 3rd, Leroy Brown 4th, Cole Dorningolo, I think I said that right, in 5th, and Christmas, who was 3rd at one point, has been dropped down to 6th position, with Cameron Dowd in 7th and Matthew Roberts in 8th, and then David in 9th, with Harlan Marquis taking out the top 10. And then we have Julian Norman, Oscar Drain, Henry Moore, Arda Gune, Damien, Zelenkevich, the Tier 4 champion of last season, Moldovan, Andrei Molnar, Netsky, and taking the last spot on the grid is Fabio Meerhofer. I still love that name. I hope I say it right. Yeah. Such an unloving name.
So, tensions are building. We are getting ready for the start of a whole new season. 31 seasons. You can't imagine how much we've gone through here on PSGL. It's time to write another page into the history books as well. PCF4 last season went down to the very last few races. It was a domination as well for Moldovan. Can he do it again? He starts 18th on the grid here today, though. That's the question. Harvey Cohen right at the front of the grid. Istvan Nagy alongside him as well in the Haas car. Fabio will move up at the back, and they're taking an enormous amount of time to form up. For the first time, they get to form up on their own as well, remember. So they get to do burnouts to the grid, take the tyre temperature right to the last second. With the last car logging in now, it's time to flick to the front Lights coming on then. 3 lights, 4 lights, all 5 lights are on. Action in Austria, and it is a good start from Cohen, and he moves across the track already. Look at Vieje trying to go round the outside and towards turn 1 with the Haskell as well. I think they just about made it through. Vieje takes second, Nagy down to third. The McLarens from the back, Leroy Brown and Christmas side by side. Up towards Remus we go. Brown's already down to 5th position. Now might try and have a little bit of a lunge on the inside line, and there's contact there already. That's Vieje going down. Vieje getting a chop from the back, and he's dropped down from 3rd position all the way down to 6th. He's level with Matthew Roberts. Yellow flag for the back though, as Davis dropped down to 20th position, and there's the reason he spun. Coming out the last couple of corners, they're all good as we get to Sochler's goal, but what a crazy start, Nathan. Brilliant.
Yeah, amazing start there. I'd like to notice the start from Jay. He was on the pair nice and early, got himself into turn 2, had the outside line, which helped him get up onto the pair early over Issa Nagy. But I think he has a bit of a less top line speed compared to his fan. And then into turn 3, I think someone behind just hit into him. I'm not sure that he spun himself there, but I don't know. We'll find out at the end what happened. As Harvey Kevin goes fast, is that 1:10.4, and I'd like to say he's already got a 1.2 second gap already, which is, you know, kind of beneficial in this track. We're watching the Aston Martins now. Zelenkevich fighting Andre Molnar. He gets past Andre Molnar now. Will the other Aston Martin be able to do the same thing as well? As we have Fabio also on the right. We're going 3 wide into turn 3. And that is the Haas of Fabio gaining 1 position. And he doesn't manage to get in the second one. That is amazing action there. Dropping Andre by 2 positions in just 1 corner.
We were promised that these 2022 cars would be reflected in the F1 22 game, and we've got it. Close, competitive racing, but already Cohen's got a second lead advantage, but Nagy has brought that back in as well. Few little mistakes from Cohen look like as well. As we go side by side, coming through Ranch, that is the Mercedes. Is that, I'm trying to work out, that would be Gunnar, wouldn't it? Arda Gunnar.
Oh, he's round!
And he's spun round! David! I don't believe it! He's pitted him down the Vouch curve!
Yeah, I don't know if he got contact there with the Mercedes, the Alfa. And that's a Haas round! That's Fabio Mayhofer round on the final corner! Jesus, everyone's spinning at this point.
No assists, remember, so they've got to control these ground effect cars all by themselves, but they are spinning in front of them. Gunar's got a 3-second time penalty already for track limits warnings, but this is turning into a fantastic battle. It's only lap 3 of 36. Long way to go still in this race as they continue down. And Nagy has brought that gap down, 0.322 as well. DRS has been enabled, so it's starting to bring it up at the front, so we'll keep an eye on that battle. As Matthew Roberts battles with Vieje.
Yeah, everyone has opted for the hard tyres at the start, but Zelenkevich pitted and went on to mediums. But I've noticed it's been a good start from Matthew Roberts. I'm sure he started a bit lower down to where he is now. So it's you know, it's exciting to see him doing so well. And Christmas, he's gained a couple of positions, and Coldon, he's gained about 3 positions, I think, from where he started, which is very good to see some of these drivers gaining some positions. But Harvey's now lost time to Isvan. He's managed to get back into that DRS and start to gain some time back to Harvey. I don't know if he's going to be trying to fight for position or if he's just going to try and stick behind for now, as he's gaining up towards turn 3. And yeah, he's never far back to never close enough to get up towards the Red Bull now. As
look at Leroy Brown as well. He was right in the back. He nearly had a look at Cornigo into turn 3 at Remus. He's not going to have a look at Sochler's Gold. He can't get past the Papaya McLaren there. But Harvey Cohen, great start, great getaway. But now he's dropped back. He had a 1.3 second advantage at the end of the second lap, as we talked about. Now that gap's half a second. Has he run out of ERS? No, 67%. So I'm very intrigued to see what all this is about as we swing back through turn 9 at Rint into turn 10 at Red Bull Mobile. So having a little bit of a fun run around there. But I tell you what, already smile on my face here because we've got this mega battle going on. I'm counting at least 11 cars, maybe even 12 in the battle for this race.
At the moment, from what I can see, it's 14 cars. But Leroy Brown is now gaining on Codor now. As we have a spin out, I think that was Oscar Drain.
Yeah,
He spun, I think it's exit turn 1.
And Netzi's got a 3-second time penalty, but yeah, Oscar Drain's gotten round and he's been passed by Netzi actually. So I wonder if he might appeal that, because if he went off track to do so, he might have done
Damien
it
now.
Dive bomb at turn 4. That never ends well. He usually puts him in the gravel trap. They've been immensely civil with each other at the moment. And I tell you what, Julian Naaman just stays ahead. That was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was expecting a bit of a clerk move there into turn 4, like we've seen last year. But Moldovan, he's at an advantage now because Henry Moore is just about out of the DRS for next lap. So Bogdan Moldovan can gain, which he is doing. He's 2 tenths behind. Will we see an overtake up in towards turn 3? Because Henry Moore is still not able to get that DRS coming down at the start-finish straight. So he will really struggle now going up towards turn 3. Because Bogdan Moldovan will get the DRS now coming into turn 1. And that is Gunay, who spun at the start-finish straight. We've seen many drivers do that this season. Well, this race so far. And Moldovan now gone for the outside line round Henry Moore. And he gets the overtake done nice and early. Pretty simple. Got the move done. Now he's got to try and gain up that extra bit of time to get up towards Damien and try and get into that DRS, which you think he's done pretty well, as he's 3 tenths behind Damien now. So I think Damien had a bit of an issue into turn 3, unless he was battling, because he's now 1 second back.
I wonder what his ERS is at as well. I'll double check and get back to you as well, because I reckon he had something. ERS for Damien is at 49%, but it wasn't a low at 40, so he's gained 12% back. And of course, ERS on this game is incredibly hard to regenerate backwards as well.
Yeah.
They've made it a lot harder in the past year, which I think is fair, because last year it was too easy as McLaren. Judging the back of Harlem Marquez as well as he comes back through. Well, this is looking fantastic stuff.
Yep,
I would
and he's
have a
gaining.
massive round of applause.
Julian Nolan's going to go to turn 1, try and get the outtake on the Alpine, which he's going to try and do. And the Alpine's red, but manages to catch it.
Over the top of the rumble strips as well, and he was only going one way. Now he seems to be doing runners up, cutting back across the track.
Yep.
Moldovan gets back ahead as well, so he's up into 11th position. Marquez is down to 12th, but that was all sorts of no, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was quite scary there. I think who was it? Was it Julian? I think he went a bit wide, a bit deep into the corner, and that pushed Marquez kind of off the track, and he nearly spun. But luckily, Marquez's front wing caught the rear of Julian's car, and he could get back on the track and lose positions, but at least stay somewhat on the track. But yeah, we'll be looking now up towards the top. Instanagi's still not trying to make a move at all.
Yeah, he's just comfortable being in second at the moment as well. He's on the hard compound tyre. In fact, all 19 cars started this race on the hard tyres. So did Zelenkiewicz as well. But after that spin on the opening lap, he has put on the medium compound tyre. So he's now going to be going a little bit longer into the race if he can keep these tyres alive and try and leapfrog everyone's pit stop runs. So we'll keep an eye on him if he can do that, because he's only 11 seconds back from the interval of 19th position. But this is getting strong as Nagy thought about something. Down to turn 3. Now he's got the DRS on the back straight away down towards turn 4. But Matthew Roberts is in a position to try and pass Jay Vierge as well. Doesn't do it. They are all taking it way too easy. And I'm very surprised about this. I was much more expecting, in the first race of the season, arms out, everyone wants to show what they've got and what they've brought to this series.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's lots of drivers here who've been in higher tiers and lower tiers, so it's pretty nice to see everyone being such close together. So, you know, it's going to be very exciting racing. Obviously, it's the Red Bull Ring. Everyone's always together. You know, it's just a long DRS train, which means strategy is what comes into play. You know, do you go for the undercut, do you go for the overcut, or do you know, it can be anything. Some people might opt to pit early and get out of this DRS train to have a bit of free air, possibly to try and get some better lap times in. So it could be very interesting what drivers are going to start to do, because I think round lap 13, 14 is when people are going to start to pit.
Look at Matthew Roberts. He's in the DRS toe. He tries to pull to the outside line of Vieja. Doubles back for the inside into turn 3. Remus just nudges the back of the Alpine as well. But he'll have the toe downhill towards turn 4 at Sochler's goal. DRS open. Vieja's actually kept it closed until now he pops it open. Sure, you spotted that as well.
Yeah.
He was trying to limit the toe that Roberts got as well, because if they both have the DRS open, it's actually more toe for the car in front, more clean air to slip through.
Yeah, Dre there played it very clever, and he's luckily managed to keep the position at the moment in 6th position. You know, he would possibly still be in the top 3 if he didn't have that incident down at was it turn 3 where he had that spin on lap 2 or lap 1. But Christmas now he's started to gain on Leroy Brown. I've noticed he's around 3/10 of the gap now, and Matthew Roberts still can't get past Jay, but I think he's got the pace to, and he's trying his best. But is it just me, or does it look like it's going to rain?
I know, I've been thinking that, looking at the top of the skies, there's a rain cloud coming over the top of turn 3. Now it's sort of moved around to the last corner, so if it does rain, it explains why they've all gone onto the hard tyre. They're going to try and go as long into this race as possible and then change over to either intermediates or extreme wets. So we'll keep an eye, as Roberts never made a move into turn 3. He's trying to have the run down to turn 4. No, we're watching Damien right now as there's a yellow sector 1, and I think, looking at the timing screen, it's David again in 19th position in the Mercedes who's gone wide. So if that brings out a safety car, well, everyone will be very angry. There he is, look, he's spun right in the centre of the track, but the ghost has come back on, which is good. News indeed. Indeed, we go back to green flag running. So everyone just say a little prayer that we don't have any safety cars, because I don't want this race breaking up. It's developing brilliantly as Harvey Cohen, the race leader, 3/10 ahead of Mr. Van Nagy as well. We've got Corningolo in 3rd position. Christmas is 4th. And Leroy Brown in 5th position. And I love the name Leroy Brown. That is such a great racing name. So that's fantastic. And Matthew Roberts, of course. Matt Roberts used to present MotoGP on BBC, but obviously this Matthew Roberts is a different guy. But that's a name that's screaming to me, and he's going to have a go on Vieja. Side, turn 3, land the brakes, just about keeps it to the apex. Robin is racing. The Aston, can he get through? The Alpine was giving him just about enough room. Matthew was asking for a bit too much at the top of the hill. Down to turn 4, trying to go on the brakes. Lee's on the inside line. He's just about got it, but that Alpine is staying through, and David's out of the race.
Yeah,
He's done so in the pit lane.
I was thinking for one moment we're going to see a Russell Perez incident here, because Jay was right on the edge of the track, just about to go off. But luckily, these two, you know, perfect racing. They've kept it both on track, and it's the top racing we want to see. You know, people side by side and not punting each other off the track. So I'm very excited to see what Matthew and Jay can do, because they seem very, very clean in racing. Another yellow flag. I think that is for the retired car of David.
Yeah,
heading back onto the track. Which is annoying. Yes. It did that yesterday as well in PSGL F1. So it might cause a few issues for some of the drivers.
Oh, it is. That's not good. That glitch still not being worked out, but Christmas is trying to go for the run on the inside. Ended up the inside, and Christmas just about came early. Got through. Brilliant move. Yellow all 3 sectors. Someone's in. Netzi has hit the back of David. And he's coming to the pit lane, actually. So correction there. He's going to the pit lane. I thought he whacked into the back of him. As there's all sorts of moves going on now, as the Williams tries to come back on the inside line, the AlphaTauri not working there. Leroy Brown's coming from positions as well. It's like the last 10 laps at Silverstone. There is loads of action happening.
Yeah, Leroy Brown, you can see he wants to get through onto Christmas and get himself to that 3rd position. You know, he's in qualifying, he was quick, so I think he's definitely got the pace to get up into 3rd. You know, he's got the pace on Caldon, who was lucky to get up into that position. So I think he's now just going to have to try and defend hard. As I think drivers like Leroy Brown and Matthew Roberts have definitely got the pace to get to the top. But on this track, overtaking is hard because the DRS is very, very powerful. So it's going to be a struggle to get some of these drivers up to the top of the grid and up into the podium positions. At the moment, Christmas has got a pretty good position. He's in 3rd. He doesn't really have to worry about being attacked from behind because he's got DRS for the people in front. But Istvan Nagin, very close to Harvey Cohen coming up towards turn 3, about a 10th in it now. Is this when Istvan Nagin wants to get up and try and overtake Harvey? Because at one point he's going to have to if he wants to win.
And he can't bank on a pit stop or the rain either. He's got to make a decision about how early he wants to make this overtake and start building a gap up front. But I tell you what, we've only had one driver with a penalty, and Gunal only got that penalty because he was avoiding another part of the track accident. So realistically, everyone's been incredibly clean in this opening race, and that's very unusual for PCF4. So I'm delighted about that. We've got a great bunch of drivers now. I think that was Henry Moore trying the back of the Harlan Marquez as well as in P12. But Harvey Cohen leads this race. Oh, and saying about that now must be just take 3 seconds. So that one counts as well. That's 6 seconds on Arda's time post race, and the track getting very dark at the top now at turn 1.
Yeah, whenever I think of moments in F4, I always remember Netherlands. The last final few laps after the safety car, when we had about 7 retirements.
Oh, yes. That crazy race in the Netherlands. That was your first broadcast, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, wasn't it?
First of many as well. Oh! Nagging out. Is he going to go for a move?
He's going to send it.
He's sitting back.
Oh, and Christmas trying for... Yeah, Christmas a defensive from Corneligo as well. He was trying to look through. This is getting tense. And getting a little bit... I've got a feeling, not ego, but tensions are starting to get in the way now.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be there and everyone wants to make the move.
Yes, definitely. I thought Leo Brun was going to go side by side then into turn 9, because look at these top 5 here. Less than a second within it. I think Matthew Roberts, who's in 6th, might also be included in that little top 6 battle of within a second. 2 tenths is in it for everyone. And I think people are going to start wanting to make some overtakes now. Get themselves up into some high positions. Bit of an issue there for Coldorn, I think.
Yep, and here we go. The race leader changing over. Nagy goes to the inside line and run up towards turn 3. Land the brakes, and Haas lead here in Austria. Esteban Nagy takes the lead. Cohen goes a little bit too wide. Christmas tries to send it on the inside, gets a big squiggle of oversteer as well. Corneligo tries to go back through and does so. Christmas under defense now from Leroy Brown, but back up the inside comes Christmas. Just tags the wheel. That's nearly going to send them off. Well, someone should send that image to Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. That is how you give cars on the outside room. But to be honest with them, 9 times out of 10 you end up in the gravel in that situation. So great racing between these lot out here today. This is brilliant.
Yeah, for the first race, it's the first race for some of these drivers. They might not have done much racing at all, and never mind race on this track. So to see such clean racing, people getting used to such new cars, it shows, these cars race so much better than the last ones. Because I noticed from 20 to 21, even though the cars were very similar, people took a lot longer to adjust. Whereas with these, following people, overtaking people seems a lot easier and a lot easier to adapt to for many drivers. Obviously, some drivers struggle, but most drivers seem to find this a lot easier for them. And as we can see now, Cameron Dave's got the inside. No, sorry, that's Jay on the inside.
Whoa, he's giving Cameron just about enough room, about a tyre's width as well. 3 abreast in a battle. Damien's in there as well, and they're just really banging into each other. Yeah, sure thing. You can come and use my boxing gym anytime you like. Bang out the inside goes the Alpine, and yeah, does he get through? No, Damien stays through. Picture breakup on my side. Damien stays through. Vierge goes back to 9th, but it's so close to back. Here comes Julian Naumann as well to try and pick up pieces. You make one mistake here. It's like a NASCAR oval race. You make one mistake, you'll be back down the back of the field as cars is beginning, I believe, to dive into the pit lane. That's Naumann in. Moldovan following as well. So the first 2 pit for this race.
Yeah, Moldovan and Newman, I believe they'll go into mediums. I can't see them ever pitting on softs. There's no reason to do that, but they're pitting around just before the halfway line now, so they're going to go longer on the mediums because it seems like the rain's gone away and it's drying up. Not drying up, sorry, it's clearing up the sky. Yeah, so we're back to dry conditions, I think, for now. As is that Jay there who's fighting? Yes, it is Jay who's fighting with the AlphaTauri.
Side by side as well. Damien's got the DRS open. Looks like he's left Vierge in the dust on the way down towards turn number 4. Is Vierge going to look for a move on the inside? He thinks about it. Damien goes a little bit too wide at the exit, but doesn't go through. Oh, and Kiewicz is out of the race. He's retired in the pit lane. So 3 retirements in this race. 17 still running. And I think none of them have been due to serious contact.
Nope. Not yet, at least. Netsky and Delinkevich, that's both of the Aston Martins there. Not very good for the Aston Martin team at all. Leroy Brown gaining.
Vierge dives to the pit lane.
Yeah, and
as does Brown.
And that's Zelenkovich's car coming out again. This time it's the other Aston Martin getting in the way. Let's come up towards turn 3.
I'm taking a look. I think they've all just about got out of it okay so far. The yellows are out, but they're all okay. Let's get to 1 and 2 now. And hope that car's not going to cause problems on the circuit. Trying to flick around. No, nothing seems like it. Okay. Right, pit stops coming in. They're all putting on the medium compound tyre now as well. So everyone who's dived into the pits have taken on medium compound tyre. Leroy Brown, mediums. Nauman's actually done already a lap, as well as Moldovan as well. So their pit stops hasn't really worked out because Leroy Brown's returned ahead of them in 11th position. Nauman's in 12th and Moldovan 13th. So their gamble to pit early at the moment hasn't worked out. The overcut is working better than the undercut. But top 10 still to pit in this race so far. And I've got a betting it would be Harvey in first. And it is Harvey in first. Now, Nagy takes on the race lead. And now Harvey's thinking to himself, I can get an undercut here and see if that's going to work out and get more laps under the belt. So Nagy leads. Corneligo goes into second position. Matthew Roberts to third as the Red Bull dives into the pits for medium compound tyres. As does Christmas. And he goes on to mediums as well.
Yep.
Oh, they've come out together, actually. And Christmas has come out ahead of Harvey. Harvey got delayed, and Christmas has jumped Harvey in the pit lane, and that's cost them because here come the two McLarens of Brown and Nauman and Moldovan. Race leader has not worked out the way it was supposed to. Harvey's down to 13th position. Unbelievable as they still do battles coming out of the pit lane as well. Nauman does something inside. Same does now Harvey Cohen, trying to get ahead of Vieje, who's a lap ahead of him, and there's all sorts of drama. Nauman goes side by side with Christmas. Brown 9th, Nauman 10th, Moldovan to 11th as he's gone through as well. Vieje and Christmas doing battle together as well. It's 4 abreast coming down towards turn 4. Moldovan keeps 11th position. You don't know where to look so far. Incredible drama in the pit stop battles as well. It seems like the overcut has worked out, and the undercut hasn't, as Nagy pits. Cornligolo takes the lead of the race. Cameron Dowell stays out there on the circuit, but Nagy pits. So does Matthew Roberts. So does Damien. So now they're going to start jumping up the order as well. Only a couple of cars. I think 3 cars are left on the hard compound tyre. What a fantastic Grand Prix we are seeing. Right, mediums have gone on now. Do they get out ahead? Has that battling put Nagy out ahead? Yes, it has. Nagy keeps the lead of the race, and Matthew Roberts returns, and I think in about net 7th, maybe even net 8th position, trying to calculate it. Looking to the outside line of Christmas, hasn't worked out. Meantime, further back, we've got Vieje battling with Cohen again. I can't keep up with this. I'm trying, but this is great battling.
Yep, Newman's there coming up towards, I think it's the defender from Leroy Brown. No, he's got past Leroy Brown, sorry. That was the other McLaren getting confused. These 2 cars battling side by side. Moldovan's kind of kept out of it a bit, I think. He's not really been battling too on. He's just kind of like been like, yep, I'll have all these positions, thank you very much. But Christmas has dropped down a lot of positions now. We started 3rd and he's all the way down in 10th, which is, started 5th, sorry, and he's all the way down in 10th, which is really bad for him. Same as Leroy Brown, but Newman's now right on the back of Viston Nagy now, and Julian Newman's looking at being net P2 at the moment.
Cameron Down takes the lead. Henry Moore gets a penalty as well. Sorry to cut across you there, but the 2 McLarens have actually timed this perfectly. We saw they were quick in qualifying, and they've really found time now as well to get back in. There is Corneligo. He's going to return in around about 10th position. As now we get the absolute mayhem of the run up towards turn 3. Anyone going to go for a move on the inside? Yes, Matthew Roberts trying to pass Corneligo. Corneligo is still going to be on cold tyres compared to everybody else. He's going to drop down as well. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Nathan. I think Nagy has the net lead of this race. Yeah, because top 3 started pitted. Oh, and side by side, the Red Bull dives up the inside. That was Harvey Cohen passing Corneligo as well. And Vieje has got ahead of Damien just about because they're in a battle with each other. Well, this is just absolutely insanity. It's like 21-36, and there was a touch there.
Yeah, Vahey's just at the back of Cord on there, and Harvey Cohen on us. This really hasn't worked out for him, has it? You know, he got out behind. Cordon got out in front of Harvey, and Cordon was 3rd or 4th. So it hasn't worked out for Harvey. I don't know if he had damage or if maybe there's someone else in the pits that blocked him from getting back out. I'm not too sure, but Yeah, Istvan is definitely net P1 at the moment, with Julian, who's bumped up all the way to P2, net
This is
P2, which is
amazing.
amazing. It is, and
Uh,
it's nice to see the drivers so close together and able to battle so close and not cause incidents, not hit each other. It's very clean racing. Oh, and Matthew Roberts
oh,
there
Alpha. Yep,
with,
Alpha Tari.
yep,
Christmas keeping through. Matthew Roberts on the outside line. Harvey Cohen on the inside line, joining the battle as well as Corlico. 4 coming into one corner and 4 round the outside goes the Ferrari. Just about keeps it on the track as well. Plenty of space given to Matthew Roberts by Christmas. And Harvey Cohen trying to lunge it back round the outside line. Well, if it's going to be like this every single round, I'm definitely down for this. This is just as exciting as F1 2022 is.
It
Brilliant
is.
action. I can't believe it.
I'd like to note that Bogdan Moldovan started 17th. He's now looking at coming out net P4.
We did say, didn't we?
We did.
Don't cut out. Yeah, the champion from last year comes right back up. This is brilliant stuff. Brilliant action and constant battles. Right. Andre Molnar has kept the net lead of the race on 22 laps on these tyres. And it's got driver from the back as well. Going to get Tia. What's happened to Naumann? Naumann, I think, is he disconnected? Yes, he has. Naumann's disconnected. He's dropped down to 8th position. Oh, big tank slapper there from Vieille. It's Vieille who's dropped down into 13th position. He's had a tank slapper coming out the top of turn 3 with all that chaos. And now the McLaren's getting passed by everybody. Naumann's having an absolute disaster. Brown takes net 2nd position. And Naumann's thrown it away from McLaren.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of an issue there, lag from Julian, and then I think he disconnected just at the position because Moldovan got through on him, and then Naumann dropped back to around 8th position behind Harvey Cohen at turn 3. So I think he's disconnected. I'm not too sure at the moment, but it doesn't look good from at all. You know, he's having such a good race. I was literally about to say, I think that Julian's going to win this, but I can't see that happening now, as Andre Molnar into the pits, and they will probably come out near the back of the grid. But yeah, Moldovan P3 at the moment.
And look at this as well. We're watching Moldovan as well, but look at the front. Leroy Bryant going for the inside line. Can't do it. Arda Ganal retired from the race as well. He got another 3-second time penalty, so he had 9 seconds on the board anyway. But the race lead is about to change again. Pulls to the outside line as well. Leroy Bryant, go on. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right round the outside. Got it done before Sochner's gone. And to me, I think Nagy let him through. He backed off the power on my screen.
Yep, he backed off, let him through, because there's no point fighting it, because if he fights it, then he's got Moldovan, Christmas, Roberts, Harvey, all on the back, able to try and make a move. And also got so many issues with games lagging a lot. There we go.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it's nice to see the drivers so close together. P1 to P11, all within 5/10 of each other, apart from Julian Norman, who's got issues with his game, I believe. So, you know, Leroy Brown leading the race is what we like to see. He started P3 or 4, and he's now at the front of the grid, with Moldovan up into 3rd, Istvan Nagy into 2nd, and then Christmas and Roberts are still fighting. Roberts has had a pretty good race. He's been battling the whole way. Coldon now fighting Julian up towards turn 3. Julian going to push him onto the grass there. Bit of Alonso Sonora action there coming up towards turn 3 now. Julian's got a bit of a better top speed, but definitely can't take Coldon sent up the inside, which he does send up the inside on Julian now. Julian's going to try and fight back on the curb there of turn 3, and he does try and fight back, and he's still going to try and fight back into turn 4 with Henry Moore and Cameron Neds just behind, coming up towards turn 4 now. And I think Julian's got the position back again. Yes, he has. But that's Coldon up the inside. And they get close. Cameron Dez gets past Henry Moore into turn 4 now, and they're still fighting. And Julian Neumann keeps the position just for now. Coldon's still going to fight back. Bit of a loss of rear there for Julian coming out at turn 6. And they're still fighting. Two Williams, a Red Bull, and a McLaren all fighting together now. Up into turn 9 and 10. What can happen here? Will we only see any position changes into turn 1? Because Coldon's got DRS and the people behind him haven't, but Julian has not going to get any DRS. So does this mean everything? Bogdan Moldovan and Christmas are fighting up into turn 1 there. Oh, Christmas goes a bit deep into turn 1 there. This allows Moldovan to get DRS and take the position back. Going up towards turn 4. This is perfect for Bogdan Moldovan now. He's able to gain that bigger gap on Christmas Day. We're going to watch Julian and Coldon.
Julian's up on the inside line. Cordille's going to try around the outside. And I'll tell you what, the McLaren says, I'll have both Williamses for dinner. And he's taken the both of them 3 abreast. The McLaren is sandwiched by the 2 Williamses. And he backs out of it as well. Goes down the inside line. And there's contact between them. Luckily, the Ghost kicks in as well. And off into the wall goes Colin Golo as well. Gets it in reverse. No damage to the wing. And he's out. He is out of the race. Colin Golo has retired as the McLarens go side by side. Cameron Downs through the front curve as the outside line. Julian Nauman's on the inside line. Is that going to trigger a safety car with a car on the track? Up the inside line and through. So Nauman goes through, but that I don't think was so much severe contact to take a wheel off. So is that going to cause a safety car?
I believe that Coldorn DNF'd himself. I don't believe that it was due to an incident. As we can see, Cameron Downs now going in on Julian Norman.
Oh, and there's changes in the front. Vieira has been given a time penalty for multiple warnings. And Leroy Brandt is leading the race, no, but Nagy's down second. He's battling with Christmas, and Moldovan is making moves as well. Moldovan's coming in for the battle. He wants this fight as well. He knows what this is about. The gaps are starting to form as side by side there. That is Cameron trying to pass Harvey. And I think Harvey, has got through into 7th position. That's Cameron down to 8th. So that was Damien he was battling with.
Yeah, Damien, not Cameron. Sorry, it was the AlphaTauri in the Red Bull there. But very shameful for Harvey. He's been pushed all the way down to P7. He started on pole, so it's pretty unfortunate for him. Matthew Roberts still battling onto the back of Bogdan Moldovan. Moldovan, he's lost a bit of time, but Cameron Downs gets 3-second time penalty. But Moldovan's lost a bit of time, so they're at 5 tenths back now, which is not ideal because it means Matthew Roberts can close in just a little bit more now. I think Julian Norman, he's just about to get into DRS, but he ain't always left the session, so I think he's disconnected. This allows Henry Moore to take the position off Julian Norman. Pretty simple position for Henry Moore to take now as he puts himself into 9th. Well, I think he is. Yeah, disappointing for Julian because he was on the pace. He was looking very quickly, so So pretty shame for him that, as Henry Moore's got that position made and gets a DRS, allows him to close up more onto the other. The group now of cars as Matthew Roberts still gaining on Moldovan, but he just can't seem to get a move. And that goes for Moldovan as well. He took the position from Christmas, put it into her, but now he's stuck behind. Christmas now, and he can't seem to get through, which has been unfortunate for Moldovan because I want him to get that podium. You know what I mean? I really want him to get that podium, but I can't really see that happening at the moment as he can't seem to gain enough. And Matthew Roberts is really, really, really pushing him, so he's got to defend as well. But
Roberts is right in the back. I think Roberts might just have this one. Trying to look at it as well. He's got the DRS. I'm on the onboard camera on my side of it as well. 30% of ERS power though, so he's not doing well so far, but look at that, he's got a great exit coming out of turn number 1. Run up now to turn 3. Remus, can he have the inside line? Look how much ERS he's using to try and get through. Dive bombs the inside of Bogdan Moldovan, gives him plenty of room, rubs him wide. Moldovan just about holds on, and Julian has rejoined the session, but look at this battle right now as well. Robert stays ahead. Moldovan's going to go down to about 5th position. Moldovan takes the inside line, becomes the outside line. Roberts gives him room. They touch wheels, and Roberts goes through with a brilliant maneuver on Bogdan Moldovan that lasted around about 3.5 corners.
Yep, that was a move. We want to see that as
Christmas 3-second time penalty. That's put him off the podium. So that's Matthew Roberts onto the podium playing positions now.
Yep, that is put Matthew Roberts on the podium. That's beneficial for the championship, really, because points do matter. You know what I mean? 1 point or 2 points, even at this age of the championship, can really make a difference. So it's unfortunate for Christmas. I don't know if it was a legit, because you never know, it might get removed. But for now, as it stands, Matthew Roberts is taking 3rd position. Leroy Brown's kind of had a bit of a lonely race, stuck up in 1st. He's not really got much going on. He hasn't got Istvan Nagy fighting him, but from what we've seen between Istvan Nagy and Harvey Cohen going up towards turn 3 just before the pit stops, it shows that Istvan can get the position if he wants to, but he doesn't need to at the moment. He wants to stick back, and then possibly around lap 34, lap 35, he will push. But Damon had a bit of a snap of oversteer, I think, coming out of turn 3, meaning Harvey Cohen's going to go around the outside into turn 4, and they bang wheels. Yep, they bang wheels, but luckily, they'll stay on the track, and none of them get damaged, which is good news for both Harvey and Damien.
Damage is on, and safety cars are on, by the way, as well, so It's standard PSGL rules as side by side as Vieja tries to make up for what was a great race turned bad to come back through. Hasn't worked off this time. He's still down in 14th position, but even if he gets ahead of Andre Molnar as well, it's good. He's got 3 seconds worth of time penalties. He's over.
Yeah.
Can we take?
Yep.
Lewis is asking, can we have a look at the tyre age graphics? Absolutely. Let's get you sorted in a second. Here we go. To take a look at the tyre ages. So Leroy Brown's on 13 laps. Nagy's done 11, but they're all round about the same lap times. Moldovan pitted first, so he is on 14 lap old tyres, but they should all easily last it to the end of the race. So no worries there.
Yep. Cameron Dead's on 9 lap old tyres, but he's still got a big gap to gain, so I don't think he'll be able to really benefit from that. And he's also got his penalty. So yeah, I think at the moment Matthew Roberts is in a good position. So is East Van Nagy, both on 11 lap old medium tyres. So it could be interesting. I don't think we'll get any safety cars now. If the safety car came out now, it would really mess up the grid, but I don't think we'll see one at all. As the drivers this race have been pretty spectacular. You know, their racing has never really ended in any tears yet. Every time we say, oh, this will end in tears, it never does. So it's pretty...
Molnar penalty, 3 seconds added.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at the penalties in total.
Yeah, that keeps Vieja safe, doesn't it? Because they cancel each other out, actually.
Yeah,
so that's a shame.
3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So everyone's got 3. So
no one multipled because Ardagonal has retired from the race. As Damien tries to have a look on Bogdan Moldovan into turn 3, hasn't just done so. So we're getting to the tail end of this race then here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Still going to be keeping up there, hopefully having a better run of things. And this is only race for PCF4. I know PCF1 running a slightly different calendar to what we are, but we do match up quite a lot actually throughout this season as well. And if I know there's been a lot of fakery, but if there's any truth about the DLC games tracks that could be coming out as well, next season's calendar could look even more exciting.
It definitely could.
I really hope that's true. I really do.
I don't think it's true. I don't think it is, but it'd be nice if it was.
At the very least, Mugello and Qatar would be nice. And Mugello racing this lot would be fantastic.
Especially Turkey as well.
Yeah, Turkey too, yeah. Oh, Henry Moore gets a time penalty. He was running in P9 as well. So that's 3 seconds added on. That's a big disappointment, actually.
It is. You know, the thing is with this track, a penalty can make all the difference. You know, when the grid's so close, a penalty can drop you down 5, 6, 7 positions. Like Christmas at the moment with his penalty, he's looking to drop down to 7th. Which is really not good, you know, considering he's 3rd now, he's had such a good race. So penalties really do make such a big difference in this game compared to the, I mean on this track compared to others.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's, you know, it could be interesting. Penalties could be deciding the winner. You never know. Absolutely anything can happen from now until the end.
Yep, first half of this track towards power. The cars can blast along all 3 of the straights as well with the DRSs out. Second half of the track, downhill. It's quite a fiddly couple of corners that we're coming through now as well. And then the last 2 corners named after, well, turn 9, named after the first Austrian world champion of Jochen Rindt, the only posthumous F1 champion in history. And then turn 1 is named after the most famous Austrian champion, and that, of course, is Niki Lauda.
Yeah.
I am actually hoping that they name one of the chicanes on the MotoGP layout after Roland Ratzenberger. I really hope they do. That's a nice way to honour him, because that MotoGP chicane has come in. Name one of them Roland Ratzenberger.
You've got to. But we're looking now at Oscar Drain. He's gaining on Julian Neumann, and he's got past Julian Neumann now into the post positions, and also Fabio Meirhofer is also looking to get a move as well up the inside into turn 3, but he sticks back. He wants a DRS in the next bit of the track, which he's definitely going to get now. Right behind, will he be able to make a move on Julian? Let's see, as he's catching up. Yes, he's gaining, but he's losing time now. As Julian's DRS is making the better of him, and he can't make a move there, but good for Oscar Drain. He's put himself and the second Ferrari into the points.
Tell you what, we might have to focus on the top 3 for the entire remainder, because that gap has rejoined, and they honestly, Nagy nearly had a run on Leroy coming down into turn 4 and 5. So 2 laps to go. It is lap 35 coming up now of 36. Now's the time to really start pushing. Nagy looks to the inside line. Naumann's got a penalty. That's a disappointment. He's just gone outside the top 10. So that completely nullifies his position. But look at Nagy. He's got the DRS as well. Tries to pull to the inside line. Now switches to the outside at turn 3. Remus is going to try and get the cut back. That's what he's doing. But looking up the inside was Christmas. Nearly made contact. Matthew Roberts coming through as well. Downhill towards turn 4 we go. Nagy's got the run. Pulls to the outside line. Going for the lead of the race. And Nagy takes the lead away from Leroy Brown on the penultimate lap here in the Red Bull Ring. A superb couple of corners there. But now Leroy Brown's going to be on the attack. And Christmas and Matthew Roberts battling together. Staying on the top 3 for the last lap. We've got a 5-way fight for the win. Bring it on.
Yep, Damien also noticed he's gaining and gaining on Bogdan Moldovan as well, so he could also make it a 6-7-way possible victory here. Anyone on this grid could win. Christmas gets another penalty. That's not good for him. Yeah, that's really bad. He definitely does put him through.
Is Leroy going to have a go? No, I don't think he is.
No, but he's going to have to go up towards turn 3. He's got a way better exit than Mr. Van Nagel now. He's coming up towards turn 3. No ERS for the both of them now. And I don't think Leroy's got enough. He's not got enough to gain, but yep. Moldovan also sitting back. Yep, Moldovan's going to sit back.
Nagy's having to go defensive. Leroy's coming back as well, down the back straight away as well. Christmas and Roberts are battling together, but that's a nullified battle. And Leroy went way too deep on the brakes. Still, Matthew tries to go around the outside line. Can he take it? Still making contact. Christmas swap back. But the last few corners here are going to decide it. Matthew Roberts does take third on the road. That was crucial. But it's into the last couple of corners now. Esteban Nagy versus Leroy Brown. This is going to be a big one to you.
Yep, Leroy Brown, he's a 4 times back. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move done. He doesn't have the top line speed, which East Van Nagy does, and he had less ERS. He's gotten on there, and I don't think he's going to be able to get the move. And East Van Nagy comes across the line and takes a victory in the Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Leroy Brown and Matthew Roberts take up the final podium positions. Damien and Moldovan in the top 5. Christmas got drawn down all the way to P8 as Harvey Cohen, our pole sitter, drops down to P6. But I'm going to say, for me, the driver of the day has got to be Bogdan Moldovan. P17 to P5, you've got to give him a round of applause for that one. That is...
It looks like it was going to belong to Leroy Brown, but it has now gone the way of Esteban Nagy, who takes the first race win of the season. Driver of the day is Bogdan Moldovan as well. Let us know who your driver of the day is over on the YouTube chat as well here for the GTA Mega PSGL series. Let us know what it is. And don't forget also that this race sponsored by our great friends at the Grid Rankings, where you can join as well our fantastic fantasy league with the link in the description. Get in touch because it is honestly spectacular as they come through the podium ceremony as well. And here's the race results.
Yep. Very, very good race from Mr. Van Nagy. Puts it up. He started P2, put it P1, and I didn't even notice as well. Damien, he started P15, put it up to P4. So these two, Damien and Moldovan, are definitely drivers to watch out this season. Seems they're not as good on the wet, but in the dry, they are rapid. But if anyone would like to have interviews, it'd be nice if you head into the waiting room and we can allow you in, as I believe we're near the end now of the race.
Yeah, just double checking to see if anybody is going to like to come in and join us. So far not. I think you're putting it in, aren't you? About want to come in the waiting room and have a conversation with us? Mm-hmm. Any driver for interviews, please?
But we're back on Discord now. Back on the screens, I believe. Yes, we are. We're back.
I'm here. Yep. Hello. Hello, everybody. Look, you can finally see me, which is great. I know you can see me throughout the broadcast, but tech issues to start with. What a race. And I'll tell you what, Nathan, that was absolutely fantastic as well.
Yeah.
And that was the perfect way to start a brand new series. I am massively excited for the remainder of this year already. That first race was brilliant.
Yeah, you know, the battle from the whole race, it was literally the top 14 at the first, before the first pit stops, and then after that it was the top 8 battling the whole way to the end. So it's amazing to see all these drivers such close together on pace. The qualifying was so close, so I think it's going to be very interesting of what the results are going to be this season. Will we see new winners every race? I wouldn't be surprised as we head off. We'll have a look at the calendar of where we head off to next, which is the United States. Oh no, wrong one. I can't find it. Here it is.
Here we go.
No, that's not it either.
That's the wrong one.
Well, I guess we're not going to find it. It's disappeared. It was on there earlier, but I believe it's the United States at Miami. Is it?
I'll
I'm
double check.
pretty sure it is. But can you have a look if
Well,
anyone's in the interview room quickly?
I've double checked. No one's coming in, but Damien said, "Good game, guys. You guys are clean drivers." Was some bleeping awesome battles. Leroy Brown said, "Good games as well coming through there as well." So that was nice to see. And in terms of the regular calendar, we are in the United States next as well, but we're in Miami next time out. That is in a week's time as well at 7 p.m. British Summer Time.
Yep.
Belgium is round 3, then round 4 takes us to Mexico. Round 5 is at Japan as well, but that's still to be confirmed. It's subject to a change. Round 6, we go to Italy at Monza, not at Imola, because that comes later. Round 7 is in Abu Dhabi. Round 8 in Sao Paulo. Round 9 back at Imola as well in Italy. Round 10, again in America, but at the Circuit of the Americas. And we round out the season in round 11. The British Grand Prix at Silverstone will round out the year as well. And so far, I'm not seeing anybody in the Discord who is coming for a chat. I think they're all very much tired after that one. Henry Moore says, couldn't quite hook up my final lap in quali, which ultimately cost me the race. No ERS the whole race, and loads of tyre wear. But good game, guys. Good race. Jay Vieja says, yeah, good game. Nice racecraft once again. Harvey Cohen says, love this game. Good games. Rubbish game, apparently. So I don't know. That must be something about steering or something throughout the race. JVA said it was going to rain in the race, and it didn't rain during the race. That is entertaining. So that explains finally then why we saw the hard compound tires. Yeah, because I thought everyone was going to go across. Yeah,
and me softs or mediums. Yeah, but
I tell you what, Henry Moore just said wet setup in the race wasn't fun. So they had wet setups throughout, and that finally explains it then.
That explains why some drivers struggled a lot. But yeah, I think we're going to round it out here because unfortunately no one's going to join us for interviews today. No one wants to speak to us. So we will head off and we'll be back next week for Miami, an inaugural race in PSGL for Miami. So it's a goodbye from me and Josh.
Goodbye, everybody.